What's good? What's good, man? Welcome back to another episode of IBTE Sports Podcast. You got your boy Lawrence, Kenny, Phil, and Neil. The gang is all back.
The final
It's nice
episode.
to see everybody's face.
2022.
Final episode of 2022. Man, how y'all feeling? How y'all living? What about you, Neil? How you been feeling lately, man?
Why does you gotta talk to me like that?
You good?
Why you gotta talk to me in general? I don't want to talk to you.
I care about my friends. You feel me? I'm genuine.
I was happy until you started talking to me.
Damn. Well, right back where we left off. Perfect.
Listen, this is what you expect. I expect this from you, so I'm not upset.
Don't be upset.
And
And the Rams just put up 51 points.
Oh,
It was a Christmas miracle.
Merry
Christmas miracle. A lot of Christmas miracles this past weekend. A lot of Christmas miracles.
What about you, Kenny? How you feeling, man?
Wonderful. Aaron Judge is back in the Bronx. Redona's a Yankee. Syracuse football plays in a bowl game tomorrow. Baby Goat had a 60-point triple-double yesterday. College basketball is in full swing, and there's no other sports happening.
Oof.
There's hockey.
Basketball. Hockey,
Oh, yeah,
basketball.
hockey and the NBA. Yep, that's right.
What about you, Phil?
You know, speaking of miracles, we had a little miracle in our non-existent league and sleeper. We got the W against the number 1 seed. So, hey, miracles do happen. So, pretty good weekend.
What's good?
What league is he talking about, Kenny?
Exactly, the non-existent one.
Yeah, this league. That league is pretty much like the XFL. It's not gonna be here next season.
It's like the USFL.
We're not gonna be able to.
We're not during the game, and everyone's like, "What is this?"
We're not gonna be able to fund it.
I'm not gonna be here.
If Kevin Durant could win meaningless championships, so can I. So
yeah, there's gonna be people that are gonna ask to get into the one league that we do talk about. Probably not gonna happen, but it is what it is.
We're gonna have lines, waivers, everything.
I mean, it's pretty
You
much
said the dirt league. It's not even that it's dirt. It's just there's just not as much trash talk. It's just like people have been playing the whole season and probably talked 2 weeks.
Dirt.
They get a little emotional because when I talked trash after week 2, they all were like,
Kenny scared everybody away.
So mean.
No, that's just dirt.
After that, I decided I'm not doing it anymore.
Dirt league.
As soon as Kenny took away the weekly rankings, everything went downhill.
Yeah, you got to be grateful for what somebody's doing. It's nonsense, bro.
Dirt league.
Drop the Homelander speech. You need people like me. No. You're not the hero I am. No.
I was about to say Metro killed that project too. I love that project.
Absolutely.
But man, it's week 16 of the NFL. Playoff picture is getting much more clear. It's been clear for the what? Would you say 1 through 4?
8 weeks.
You said at 8 weeks.
Because there's still 2 division winners on both sides that we have no fucking clue what's gonna happen with.
Yeah, true. Very true. Very true. Oh man. So no. We'll get to it because I'm fair. You know.
What?
I know you're really excited. Did you watch the game on Nickelodeon like a little child? And
why are we talking about this game?
We gotta talk about this. We gotta talk about this game.
What is it?
They went crazy.
The Rams won and beat the Broncos. Neither one are going to the playoffs. Neither one have a first round pick.
MVP, Baker Mayfield.
And the VP.
Yeah, how you feel about Baker?
I mean, it's cool that you got somebody that can throw the ball.
Think about it. Illustrious, let's go company. Him and Mitchell Trubisky, the MVPs of the NFL league.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a little gives the team a little hope that you can go out there and put up 51 points with a depleted, disgusting USFL, XFL roster. No fucking offensive linemen. Yeah, I mean, the Broncos stink, but they made them look like the worst team of all time. And the Broncos actually had a pretty good defense. They were number 1 red zone defense, and we scored 3-4 red zone touchdowns on them. So, the season's over, so it doesn't really matter. But it was cool to watch my team put up 51 points. Last time they put up 50, I think, was when Jared Goff was quarterback. So that was cool.
Patrick Starr roasted Russell Wilson as well.
I don't know why they do that Nickelodeon broadcast. It's pretty weird, but.
No, it's actually very smart. Speaking from experience of having a child, she loves that stupid slime time show they do. So the goal is to keep the next generation of fans interested. And we don't like it, but it definitely serves their purpose.
Yeah, because my nephew was locked into watching that.
Right. Am I gonna sit there and watch it on my own? probably, but definitely with a child.
I have a reason to.
You'll watch the Slime Time, but you won't watch the Manning Cast?
No, yeah.
Manning Cast needs better audio.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. I can't do that audio,
better,
bro.
They need better audio. I don't know. They have a whole like engine behind them, and they can't get audio. It's pretty crazy. Dang. But listen, man, we'll start it off with the Cowboys and the Eagles game. There's been a lot of chatter, a lot of back and forth.
The Cowboys just proved that during that game that they're going to get absolutely smoked in the playoffs. That's what they proved.
Why do you say that?
Because they almost lost to Gardner Minshew.
Elite Gardner Minshew.
Who came out off no playing time at all and 1 week of reps and almost beat them. And should have actually beat them, by the way. Should have beat them.
They turned the ball over 4 times and still played close.
Yeah. So that just goes to show your Cowboys fans. If the Cowboys have to play Tom Brady in the first game of the year, in the first game of the playoffs.
Or Sam Darnold.
I would say that you got to be worried about the Eagles secondary too. They look pretty bad in that.
And they lost Maddox.
So yeah, like they lose him too. So it's gonna be.
Isn't their O-line hurt as well?
What'd you say?
Isn't their O-line hurt as well? Isn't Lane Johnson?
Lane Johnson, yeah, he's out for the rest of the season.
Lane Johnson's always hurt.
He's coming back for the playoffs though.
He's an
Iron
Iron
came
Man.
out today.
He's gonna play. But no, I think with the Cowboys, it was like obviously you didn't have Hurts. I still don't think they're gonna get blown out per se. But I think it's going to be much more interesting. I don't know what's going to happen. But if the Eagles secondary can't stop CeeDee Lamb.
It's the Cowboys.
You know what's going to happen? They're going to play GOAT, and they're going to lose. I don't know why.
Mike Evans, down the middle, 40-yard field goal. Bucks win by 3. It's going to be
by 3? We saw this matchup week 1.
I mean, hey, weaker team. It looks like a lot weaker team now.
That was what, 19-3?
That was this year?
Yeah, wow. That's what the Bucks stink.
Yeah, Bucks stink.
Was it? Oh yeah, it was 19-3.
So I don't. What are we talking about here?
A lot has changed, and a lot has changed in 18 weeks. But I would agree. I personally think the Cowboys are frauds, and they're always going to be frauds, and they'll never prove.
You're not believing until you see it.
I'm selling. I sell constantly. Anytime I see or hear anything about the Cowboys, sell.
Like if I had gun to my head right now and you told me you have to pick Cowboys or Buccaneers or else I'm going to pull the trigger, I'm picking the Buccaneers. I'm not hesitating.
Now, here's the thing, though. Okay. If the Buccaneers lose on Sunday to the Panthers,
Carolina
will go to the playoffs, and the Bucks won't.
No, not necessarily. The Bucks just have to win one of their last 2, and Week 18 they get the Falcons, and the Falcons have never beat Tom Brady before, so you can book that the Buccaneers will be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The Falcons have not beat Tom Brady before, but this is a different Falcons team, Kenny.
They stink.
You got to do. How are you going to do all these push-ups?
They had to throw a flag to get a win.
Yeah, we on Phil. What's the counter, man?
You better start stretching now.
What's the counter?
He's only got me by one game, and I got Arizona.
Can I get the calculations, please? Can I get the calculations?
We're gonna end in a tie.
Calculations.
What happens in a tie? Both 50?
Nothing. It's called a push.
Okay.
You should both have to do 50 push-ups.
Right now, Falcons are at 5, Saints are at 6, so a 1 game difference.
Wow.
If we get Arizona this week, they get Philly, so we'll be tied again. Then they get Carolina, and we get Tampa Bay.
I'm gonna enjoy this for this week. You feel me? See you guys next week.
All I'm saying is, even if I have to end up doing these stupid push-ups, I'm still right, because if you go back to the original clip, it all started because I told Lawrence they're in the same boat as us, and he fought me up and down, tooth and nail. We're not in the same boat. We a playoff team.
And
we're going to win 10 games. And at the end of the year, he has to sweat out trying to get more wins than the Falcons. So all I'm saying is, even if I got to do these stupid push-ups, I was still right.
There's some satisfaction. All right, listen, it is what it is. You feel me? It is what it is.
It is what it is.
If the Rams win out, we could get better records than both of y'all. That'd be kind of crazy.
Oh, shut up!
I'm just saying.
We're not going to do that. You don't even have. Yeah. You don't even. First off, you don't even have room. You literally you ducked mad wreck this season. Like, I'm not trying to hear it.
Oh yeah, what? What did I do?
But no,
You
and
dug
also
the
to
wreck
get back to
this year.
the Rams.
You literally didn't show up for like 3 weeks in a row when they were
fact.
fucking losing.
One question I wanted to ask Neil. Do you think you guys try to move off of Stafford and then give the keys to Baker moving forward?
Oh, that's an interesting.
No.
I was
Let
gonna ask
Baker
you.
bake.
No,
Let Baker
no,
bake.
I'm just wondering because
No.
everyone says like how much McVay loves Baker and blah blah blah.
No.
And, you
That's
how
not gonna
people
happen.
I'm not. I'm just wondering.
How
bad-
would you-
how bad is-
I think what I do think is I think they try to keep him as a backup.
I agree.
How
I
bad
think
is the
they-
injury for Stafford?
But
Not bad. I mean, he's doesn't need surgery or anything. They're just keeping him out because the season's over.
in the game. Didn't they say that he was gonna try to leave though?
I
Here's
mean,
the thing, though, with
I
Baker.
want him to
That's the
leave
report.
because if he
That's the
leaves, we get a
reports.
comp pick for it. So I would like for him to leave, but I also think the Rams need a backup quarterback.
He said,
Yes.
we need that.
Like, I don't know where he thinks he's going that he's starting right now. That's
Indianapolis.
But do you want to go start in Indy right now if you're him?
Hey,
I've watched them
Indy
butcher
is,
things.
Yeah,
And Indy's going to have a top tier pick, so they can get a
Yeah.
quarterback if they want.
true.
But I thought we said this draft has very weak quarterbacks.
No, you got C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, and Will Levis. There aren't many teams that are going to be at the top picking for quarterback. You're going to have Houston, you're going to have Carolina, maybe Atlanta, depending on where they fall, and Indy. So those 4 teams right there.
So Ritter's not the answer in Atlanta.
It depends on where you're drafting if you're Atlanta. If you have a chance at Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud, I think you cannot pass up on either one.
Where are they at right now?
Right. Well, we're at 6, and by the end of the year, though, we can move up to the top 2. I think if you're sitting at 2 and you have your choice of Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud, you're not going to say, "Well, we just drafted Ritter in the 3rd round. Let's see what we
Absolutely.
got."
I'm taking one of those two in a heartbeat.
Yeah, you take that.
But if those 2 come off the board, I think you don't say let's reach on the quarterback from Kentucky. You say let's fill our other needs.
Yep.
Who do you guys? What are you guys projected right now to pick?
Right now, I think it was 6 or 7.
Okay. Did you have was it an edge rusher or something?
I believe it is. It might even be an offensive tackle because I think they had Will Anderson and Jalen Carter both off the board already.
Okay. Listen. Debacle. I'm just looking at these goddamn games, man.
Yeah, Ritter got thrown into a impossible situation because he's only going to have 4 games to prove himself, and I don't know. I just feel like no matter what the guy does, I can't get a good gauge. I mean, I'm not a front office guy, but like as a fan, there's nothing he can do with these last 2 games to make me say, no, absolutely not. Don't get C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. I don't know, man. Oh man, yo, Phil,
What's up?
how you feeling, man?
I mean, hey. I mean, the game didn't go exactly as planned against Cincinnati, but the Celtics beat the Bucks on Christmas, so I'll take that. And I beat you in the playoffs, so I'll take that as well. No,
Wow, Lawrence.
like
Catching strays.
Football doesn't exist
Nah, that's
this week.
fine.
I agree with Kenny.
He
Football-
got
for
me this
NBA.
week. His team showed up.
Revenge for the ESPN playoffs, so
He showed
I'll
up.
take that.
Yo, listen, 22-18, man. Y'all got an opportunity.
Stevenson cost us the game 2 weeks in a row.
How are you feeling? And he been reliable all season. He fumbled a rock. What yard line were y'all at? Like the 10?
Probably like maybe even a little bit closer than that. Maybe like 8, 7.
This dude had,
It was within the 10 though, for sure.
first glance, it looked like it was the Mark Sanchez
Butt fumble?
That's what it looked like for a second.
It's like,
Initially, until they did the review.
Well, bright side, we're facing Teddy Bridgewater this week, so we could make the playoffs, but we have the Bills next week, so I doubt it. But hey, worth a shot, right?
You definitely gonna need help.
Yeah.
You're gonna need help.
You ain't making the playoffs, bro. It's okay.
Oh yeah,
You're not making the playoffs.
I'm completely fine with that. I know that.
Bengals
for a
are
fact.
tortured, man. Bengals are tortured right now. They on fire.
Joe Burrow
It looks
MVP.
like I'm going to go 50-50 on my hot takes this season, fellas.
What was
Bengals missed the
how many
playoffs.
did you
I
make?
said,
2?
I said the Bengals and Titans would miss the playoffs.
Okay. Titans is
Well, the Titans missed the playoffs.
Yeah,
The
they
Titans
fell
are
apart.
going to miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
They just lost to the 112-1 Texans.
Yeah, that's nuts. And they
I
don't.
think
I
they
mean,
also
Tannehill
pulled the plug
stinks.
on the Malik Willis experiment.
Hey, listen,
Again, I know it's early again, but I think we've seen enough to see that. And I mean, at least in the next 4 years, this guy can't be a starting quarterback in the NFL.
who?
Malik Willis, he needs a lot of work.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Right to the second
but
it's
going to take at least 4 years.
But let Dylan tell it. Dylan think he ready.
I mean, like he's got the raw talent, like a huge arm. But Zach Wilson had the huge arm too, and he's not going to be a Jet next year.
Zach Wilson's going to be home next year.
Rob said, "Yeah, we're not going to give up on the young man."
Well, he technically didn't lie. He said his days as a Jet starting quarterback are not done yet, and then he did start again, and now he's going to lose his job. So he didn't lie.
Said Mike White, Joe Flacco, and whoever the Strevler guy was.
I'm talking about most recent though.
Yeah,
like
it was
after that game.
Remember when they benched him the first time? He said Zach's days as a starting quarterback in this league aren't done yet. And then Mike White got hurt, so they had to start Zach Wilson again. And now they can move off of him.
No, I'm saying after the game Sunday, he said this again.
He said he
basically said he's young. We're not going to give up on him. So I don't know if that meant for this season or next season. I don't know.
It definitely had me for this season because they got no choice.
We're going to see. Listen, man. The Raiders. How y'all feeling about the Raiders, man?
It's the end of the road. Aren't they still alive technically in the playoffs?
Yes, but they need everything to go through. Yeah, literally everybody to lose.
Yeah.
Like, that's not an exaggeration.
It's going to be tough.
I can't believe how bad they are.
I mean, that's what happens when you hire Josh McDaniel, who has shown you he's actually not a good coach, but you let the media tell you he is because he's done well with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick.
Yeah. I can't believe it. I just
Steelers still got a chance too.
They do.
They always find a way.
They actually could make the playoffs, and it's not impossible.
Tomlin is crazy
because they just have to win out. Miami has to lose a couple, which is possible now that Tua's not playing. I mean,
get to that too.
Yeah,
Baltimore.
Out of all the teams remaining, and the Patriots and Steelers actually have a realistic shot at getting in. It's like doesn't sound ridiculous to say.
It's true.
What are you gonna do?
Y'all had to finish that game, man. Down 22 to 0.
Wait, do we think it's Derek Carr's final year with the Raiders?
Yeah. I don't know. At the end of the day, bro, like
fumbleitis.
I don't know how many times, bro. He leads the league in picks. He makes how much money? Like,
he's being scapegoated.
Is he gone?
You think he's scapegoated?
You know this though, because
absolutely
they were a play away from making the playoffs last year when he had to deal with all that nonsense going on. He was an MVP candidate before he got hurt that year when the Falcons made the Super Bowl. Like
he's never had a good defense either.
Broke his leg.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, you put him on a team. If you put him on Washington right now, Washington is comfortably in the playoffs right now. You put him on New England, they're comfortably in the playoffs right now. Who else could I look at? You put them on Minnesota, and they're probably just as good. You put them on San Fran, they probably have more wins.
I think I saw who was it? Dan Orlovsky say on Twitter. They've always had like a 20th. Their best defense last year, a couple of years since Carr's been there, is like 20th at best. So he's never had a good defense either to support him. So
hey, listen, gotta put up points too. But yeah, I didn't look from it. I didn't look at it from that angle either. That's an interesting angle of being being scapegoated. But I felt like he had a lot of time.
Out of this year, there's no. I don't think there's any excuse this year.
Yeah, he's throwing 14. He's throwing 14 interceptions.
Yeah, Josh McDaniels can't play quarterback though.
He also can't call plays and can't do anything. What has Josh McDaniel done to make you believe that he is a good coach? Ever.
I mean, I don't really care about that. Derek Carr threw 14 interceptions.
You mean that makes a big difference?
He's still throwing the picks, man. And you got Devontae Adams.
Had Jeff Fisher, and the next year brought in Sean McVay, and your whole team, you became the 2 seed in the NFL. Think they didn't play a role in that? It was the same team.
That's a completely different. We had 2 different quarterbacks.
You see how he started stuttering? No, you didn't. What? Jared Goff.
No, because I'm trying to think of your logic there. That's what I'm trying to think of there. Jared Goff played the last 4 games with Jeff Fisher.
And they played like ass, right? The team was terrible.
What do you do? That's a terrible comparison. Derek Carr has been ass this year, terrible this year, like absolutely fucking dog shit this year. And I don't give a fuck about his head coach. That is terrible quarterback play. Terrible.
It makes a difference. I mean, it makes a huge difference. Your head coach
is crazy. They're gonna have to spend money on defense. That's what they're gonna have to do.
Yeah, I think he's being scapegoated too, though.
Jacobs is gone too.
At the same time, wait, how many?
Jacobs is definitely gone.
Franchise tag.
Jacobs.
Just to put this in perspective, Dak has 12 interceptions and has a couple more fumbles. So, and he played less games than Derek Carr, and his team is what 11-4. So again, so we can't just put it all on Derek Carr. Is my point.
Yeah, I think it's a whole team effort as well. The defense has been terrible.
Hey, listen.
And plus, Waller and Renfro has been hurt all year as well.
Yes, they have.
We just got him back because of the whole Turf Club music video.
They only scored 10 points. 13-10. Steelers 7-8 now. Raiders are 6-9. Speaking of 7-8 teams, Green Bay, man.
Look at him come. Look at him just sliding right in.
Just
The Lions are gonna let it
the
happen.
Hamburglar, Aaron Rodgers.
Green Bay is going to win out.
What's the last two games? Minnesota and who?
They have Minnesota, who they're going to beat, and then they have Chicago. Or no, is it Chicago? No, they have Detroit. So yeah, they're gonna beat Minnesota and Detroit.
Ooh.
It's gonna be wild, man. What y'all think of that game? Pats won't win another game this year. Coming from a Pats fan.
Well, we have a chance against Miami. Not gonna lie to you, we have a chance.
Teddy Two Gloves, baby.
No,
Teddy Two
we
Gloves.
could beat Miami. It's possible, but
What
Buffalo.
y'all think of the Packers and Dolphins game?
I think Tua blew the game.
He's also done for the year. Yeah, shut him down.
He was concussed.
Did they officially rule him out for the year? I know they ruled him out for this week, but I don't think they said anything about it.
Isn't that his third concussion this season?
Like officially, no. Yeah.
That's his third concussion of the season. He should
really think about hanging it up like forever. I'm not being funny. Like, you have 3 concussions in 4 months. Like, you're never gonna be the same again.
Yep. That's Kuechly retired early.
They put the stats up.
Not just concussions, but like visually scary concussions.
Yeah, like couldn't stand,
couldn't stand, didn't know where the fuck he was, like taken out on a stretcher type concussions. Like those are different. That's a different type of concussion.
They showed his stats before and after when the play he hit his head on the ground.
Yeah, but he threw 3 picks after he hit his head on the ground. Yeah, and I saw that play happen. I was like, nope, nope. As soon as I saw him hit that same way he hit his head before.
Yeah, this shit is tough. It's inevitable in that shit.
And how bad do you think that the symptoms had to be for him to self-report too? Like, cause how many players do you know that like get a concussion, weren't diagnosed, just like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna play. Like this dude was like, nah, something is not right with me. So that tells you right there that he's thinking about his future.
Right. It's tough, man. I don't know. It's tough. Hey. It's like that concussion shit is scary as hell, and he might have to consider literally being like, I'm done with this, because does he have kids?
No,
I don't think so.
No, I don't even think he's married yet.
I don't even think it matters. It's just,
no.
Do you want to live,
right,
or do you want to be a fucking vegetable? Like that's vegetable type fucking activity right there. It's not good, man. It's not good stuff. I agree. It sucks, but I think he really should never play another down again.
No, right. Like it's obviously easier said than done for us to say like don't play again because it's not us in his shoes. But like, I don't know, man. As it is, you've been playing football your whole life. Your body's never gonna be the same. Your brain, you can't recover from
long-term
brain
goals.
getting messed up.
Bro, that shit. You hit your head on the ground.
That's like the worst.
Scattered.
Yeah, that is the worst, and that's how a majority of these concussions happen. Is when they smash their heads on the ground.
That shit is like
because you get fucking whipped down into it, and that's when your head just gets. Poof.
That shit is like fight night when you get knocked down on the ground.
Yeah, not good. And you wake up and you're like,
trying to figure it out.
It's like the cartoons when they always saw like birds and stars and shit. Tweety birds fucking spinning around.
So my question is, do you guys think the Packers can threaten somebody if they play them, or if they get in, they're immediately bounced?
I don't know. I guess well, first off, they have Aaron Rodgers, so
they get a 7 seed and play Minnesota. So I 100% think they can win the first round game.
Okay.
I think Minnesota.
That's a good point.
Barely gets the win, but yeah, it all depends on the matchup.
Right now, well, no, I take that back. It probably won't be Minnesota anymore because Green Bay is going to beat Minnesota this week. So San Fran will probably be the 2 seed, which means I'm not afraid about Aaron Rodgers playing San Fran.
Yeah, he's gonna be getting ragged out in that game.
Yeah, that's gonna be bad for him.
But at the same time, I don't think there's a coach alive that tells you I'm comfortable playing Aaron Rodgers.
That's the other thing too. And if their offense actually utilizes Aaron Jones for once, maybe.
Right.
Oh my
I've never seen a team have a player like that and that he just doesn't get the ball. I mean, I understand on the goal line, right? Because you got Dylan, who's a fucking bouncer. But other than that, there's no reason he shouldn't have the ball. They don't give it to him.
That's your best running back and receiver.
Aaron is a perfect blend of like every kind of style that you need at a running back.
It's switched up like right around like game 9 or 8. They just stopped giving him the ball.
Yeah, you might have to go look at his incentives in his contract.
Well, Colin Cowherd had Mercedes Lewis on yesterday, and he flat out asked him. He goes, "Why is Aaron Jones not involved?" And Mercedes Lewis says, "No, Matt is cool like that. He comes in and realizes it and tells us if y'all can think of creative ways to get him involved, let me know. That's
you're
your
the
job.
coach.
What are you talking about? If
You're
you can
literally
think of
the
creative
coach.
ways, let me know. What?"
Mercedes Lewis was just happy to get.
That's the thing with the younger coaches. They're friends. They act like they're their friends and shit. What kind of answer is that?
That's kind of crazy.
He's like, "Hey, maybe if you guys want to get a trick play up here, we'll be fine."
I know they're paying me a lot of money.
He said, "Flea flicker."
But if you guys can think of a way to get our best offensive weapon involved,
Or just hand him the ball, right,
Hand him the
Chris?
ball,
Just hand him the ball.
Jets a sweep.
Just turn
something.
around and give him the fucking ball and let him go to work.
It's almost
I
like
would screenshot a Madden playbook and give it to him and say, "Here's a list of plays, coach."
It's almost like when Christian Watson came on the scene. That was Aaron Jones. That's when he declined. I don't know.
I mean, he did. Didn't he get? I think he got hurt. Right? He got hurt right around the time where his decline started to happen. So maybe that's what happened.
It makes you wonder if maybe he's a little more dinged up than he wants to let people believe.
That's what I was thinking.
Because I don't think he ever missed any time.
Right.
But,
I think so. Yeah.
but he was dinged up at one point.
He's had a questionable tag or like a missed practice tag like all second half of the year. So maybe there's just been something like that. I don't know. Who knows, man?
Playoff time, you're going to need him, though, if you make
But it's also funny,
playoffs.
too, because that is when the Packers started turning around. Because they stunk out of the gate.
Yeah.
And now they're 7-8 threatening for a playoff spot.
So
maybe LaFleur is just like, we're going to live and die by Aaron Rodgers.
That Dallas game, he went 24 carries, 138. One touchdown. That was 24 carries, and he went 12, 12, 9, 17, and then 6.
Damn.
So he's involved 18, 15, 14, 21, and then 8 touches.
21.
So he's getting touches.
Like you said, it helps
but it's a
that
scenario.
Christian Watson has finally gotten involved. Dobbs is getting more involved. A.J. Dillon has returned to form. Right. So I think it's almost too we just don't have to rely on him touching the ball 50 times.
Yeah, that's true too. They can just hand him the ball.
Yeah, just hand him the ball. Or do something other than not give him the ball.
All right, what do y'all think about I'm guessing this is probably unanimous. Kingsbury. You guys think he's gone?
Nah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Can I just ask a question?
I guess you kind of have to be, right? Because you gave Kyler the contract, so now you.
I just want to ask something.
Yeah, what's up?
Have you ever heard of a person getting fired from being a head coach in the college rankings, getting hired to be an offensive coordinator for a lesser coach, and then 3 weeks later getting hired to be the head coach of an NFL team? In what planet does that happen? Has anyone ever heard of that happening before?
Nah, you know somebody.
And then, on top of that, when you finally get the NFL job, You stunk
stink
for 3 years,
yeah.
and we're still questioning whether or not you deserve to be fired. Like, what world are we living in? Nathaniel Hackett, I mean, rightfully so, only got 16 weeks and they fired him. This guy, Cliff Kingsbury, has been failing up his whole life. What, because he's young and good looking, we think he's the next Sean McVay?
He's not.
I'm
McVay set the standard. Flynn is next.
If it's any other coach, this guy would not have had a job still.
Yeah, definitely not.
They know somebody.
Not with the rosters they've had and the success that they started out with, and then they just. I mean, his records in the second half of the seasons have been absolute dog shit, man. Like he's got. I don't know. I think it's hard to find a good head coach nowadays, but I just don't think you can live with that mediocrity anymore, especially now that you're paying a quarterback big bucks.
It's almost like he goes in there with a new set of plays that teams haven't seen. It works, and then the teams adjust in the second half of the season, and everything goes downhill.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to make adjustments. Like he has that, he's got a playbook, and then after the playbook is done, that's it. There's no reason for that team this year. Once they got DeAndre Hopkins back, there was no reason. And they traded for Hollywood Brown. There's no reason that team shouldn't have contended.
Forgot he was on the team.
There's no reason that team should not have contended for NFC West. There's just no reason for it.
Damn.
With how weak that division was this year.
That's true. That's true shit, man.
Like Seattle went through the division with Geno Smith.
You could at least got the second.
And no defense.
Crazy.
Oh man.
He also had Patrick Mahomes in college and never even contended for the Big 12. I'm not saying you need to win a national championship, but you weren't even a conference title contender with Patrick Mahomes.
Wow.
He definitely was.
Chris,
that's crazy.
Texas Tech.
Where he's going to be in offseason playing Call of Duty.
You went to Texas Tech, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely got more time to play COD now. Double XP weekends all the time.
You still got 2 maps?
I haven't played because I only have 2 maps.
I was about to say, because I know you lying now because they sent out a massive update.
They sent out an update because everybody could only play 2 maps?
No,
yes.
you're the only.
Just for you.
Just for you. They said they wrote the email up. They put your gamer tag in there and all.
He said you got the Call of Duty on the back of the truck. That's crazy.
They even got shipment. Super sweaty.
I did see shipment.
Yeah, they had.
I'm never playing it again.
Yeah,
shipment's pretty fun.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Well, I enjoy shipment.
Like chaos. That's why.
There was a team of 6 shooting javelins, and then running to the other side of the map to kill you. It's like it's
that's why I don't play shooting games. I would have broken the controller.
How y'all feeling about Justin Herbert and the Chargers, man?
Let's see what happens when they go. Let's see what happens when it's time to pay rent on Sunday. Let's see what happens when the landlords come and it's time and rent is due. Let's see what happens.
I mean, I think one of the biggest knocks from Herbert has been, what can he do in the playoffs? And he gets this opportunity right here to show what we can do.
He said rent is due.
Rent's due, boys.
Perfect opportunity to see what we can do in the playoffs.
Hey, listen, it's gonna be pretty wild.
Plus, the AFC playoffs is gonna be wild.
What else we got here? What else? Jags lead division right now. They're at 7-8. They just beat the Jets. I like the Jags, man, going forward too, even into next season. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Who would have said Jaguars are gonna be the division winners?
I like them.
And don't be shocked to see them win their first round game against Baltimore too.
Ooh, because Lamar Jackson's still hurt, right?
Yeah.
He'll be back for the playoffs. I think now they're just kind of holding him out to hold him out.
Yeah.
But don't be shocked.
How long has Lamar Jackson been out? Like 4 weeks?
3.
No, this
3.
Yeah,
this could be
last
4.
week. Yeah.
First game rust possibility.
Yeah,
Hey, ETN, Lawrence, that whole wide receiver core have been balling out. Even Evan Ingram, who had stone hands in New York. So
it's almost like Lawrence and I both said Evan Ingram isn't a bad player.
Is not a bad player. And I never understood why Giants fans wanted to get rid of Evan Ingram so bad.
Just don't ask him to go and block defensive linemen.
It's almost like a lot of people who just watch football said Evan Ingram is actually good.
He's actually a good he has a very good skill set. He's for a tight end. Like that's a tight end, guys. Like you're like
that's the modern day. And he could be very good.
He can beat every single position. He can beat them.
He's physical too, so it's just like it's good to see him there. He's kind of
Danny Jones to Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, they're gonna listen. He got no competition right now there.
Kevin Ridley on the way next year.
He can flourish. They get in. Listen, they're probably be in the playoffs.
Well, I'll say we need to talk to him and Miles Austin about some parlays after this. So.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Did
y'all see that?
Yes.
No, you saw that?
No.
Miles Austin.
Yeah, Miles Austin was caught.
He got the 1 year ban.
Miles Austin.
Minimum.
Wide receiver. He's just wide receiver coach right now.
For the Cowboys, right?
And now he's the receivers coach for the Jets.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he got caught gambling.
Oh, shit.
Minimum 1 year.
Because he was facing really best for him.
Wait, you can't even gamble if you're a coach either?
You definitely can.
Wow.
What kind of sorcery is that?
I'm not a head coach, but I didn't mean like a head coach.
I get what Neil's saying though.
Like a wide receiver coach?
What decision is Miles Austin making?
Right.
That is.
Garrett Wilson, run all post routes. Don't run any long routes.
Listen, he gonna be the one game. He's gonna get one game where he controls the reps of the receivers, and you ain't gonna see Christian Kirk for the whole third quarter. Right. You're gonna wonder why.
No,
he got the under in the third quarter.
Literally, the one game
he went to the kiosk.
The one game everyone had Garrett Wilson over yards was like 55. He went under, so I'm guessing he might have something to do with that.
Wow.
I'm not saying it's true, but hey, he had under 55, and everyone bet the over. I'm just saying.
Wow.
There was also a terrible storm game, and nobody put up yards.
Hey, that's you.
That's true.
And Zach Wilson was back in at quarterback.
All right,
that's all you need to hear.
Everyone but Wilson, kid. Wilson the ball apparently.
All right, man.
What do we think? I got a question.
Go ahead.
What were you going to talk? What were we going to get into before that?
I was going to put up the playoff pictures.
Okay, so it's kind of a good. Okay, so what I was going to say is, what do we think about the Buffalo Bills?
I'm gonna say this. I watched that game a lot. That was one of the games that I did watch. Me and my dad were watching it. If the Bears have any type of heartbeat or pulse as a team, the Bills could potentially lose that game.
It was close, yeah.
I don't know about. I don't know about that.
Are you serious? You didn't watch?
Close game
it was a very close game. They got a bunch of broken plays.
I felt like that they had it controlled most of the time though.
No, they didn't.
Am I tripping?
No, they were on the ropes.
Okay.
No, they were literally.
And Justin Fields didn't have a good game.
Bears were going right at them.
Yes, right. And Justin Fields played like dog crap.
I would know. He was on my.
I would know he was on my fantasy team.
Yep.
Josh Allen truly played like a quarterback that knows that he has a complete team, because he threw like 2 or 3 interceptions. He threw it to 2 DBs that were covering the guy, and it's just like, what are you doing? But how I feel about the Bills is they're obviously a good team, but if he's making these dumb mistakes against one of the better teams, like
playoff teams,
the Chiefs, teams, they're gonna go home, or they're gonna need a miracle to happen, and you're not gonna be playing the Bears. That's just not gonna happen. So
can I tell you what I think is gonna happen?
Yeah, what's up?
They're going to lose to Cincy this week. Kansas City's going to win out. Kansas City will be the 1 seed. Cincy will be the 2 seed. Buffalo will be the 3 seed. And then Buffalo will have to go to Cincinnati to win. Or have to, and then if they do that, they're going to then have to go to Arrowhead and beat Patrick Mahomes at Arrowhead to go to the Super Bowl.
Bro, listen, what I say.
And I'm going to be called a hater because I just said that.
So if that's the truth, so okay, I will say this. As an outside person looking in, I think this game coming up on Sunday determines the Bills, the rest of the Bills season. They have to win this game.
Icing on the cake too, which I forgot to even mention. If they fall to the 3 seed, do you know who they play in the first round as of right now? Justin
Kansas City?
Herbert and the boys.
Oh.
Who?
Oh, they wouldn't be Kansas City. Yeah, you're right.
They'd
Yeah.
have to beat Justin Herbert. Then they'd have to go to Joe Burrow and beat Joe Burrow, and then go to Patrick Mahomes and beat Patrick Mahomes.
That's one hell of a tough. That's a one hell of a.
Bro, listen,
That's a tough road. That is a tough road.
And then you still have to win the Super Bowl.
And then listen, and then say, hey, you got to stay healthy during all of that because all those games is going to be bloodbath in itself.
Well, I would say, I think this year, the Super Bowl champion comes out of AFC this year.
100%.
Yeah.
So
100%.
I think
agree.
whoever gets through the gauntlet of the AFC playoffs wins the Super Bowl this year. So whoever it is, whether it be the Bills or the Chiefs or the Bengals make it back, wouldn't that be something if the Bengals go back and win this year? That would be crazy. That would be Joe Burrow would be. Listen, that would be crazy.
And then at that point, hey, listen, we got.
And now they're talking about Jalen Hurts' shoulder. They're talking about Jalen Hurts' shoulder potentially not being good enough to play in the playoffs.
And it's his throwing shoulder.
And it's his throwing shoulder.
And you got to play in the cold.
Oh.
So your arm's when he throws is gonna feel like it's a rusty hinge.
Yeah,
it's not good.
Oh.
It's not. Things are not looking good right now. But if
not always sunny in Philadelphia.
like you just said, if they end up going back again, are we having a conversation about
Joe Burrow
where the quarterback stand?
Yeah, no, 100%. If Joe Burrow goes back, I wouldn't even say if he went. He doesn't have to win the Super Bowl. If Joe Burrow goes back this year, the conversations need to be talking about.
Well, if he goes back, I can tell you right now where the conversation goes. It's still Patrick Mahomes, because based off of talent, and if Patrick Mahomes gets another 1 seed, he's never started a playoff game, not an Arrowhead that's not a Super Bowl. I'm sorry, I'm still giving it number 1.
Incredible.
Exactly. So he's still number 1. Then
Tom
it's Joe
Brady
Burrow. And then it's Josh Allen. If
Ooh.
Joe Burrow.
Don't put that on Facebook.
No, that's
I agree. No, I 100% agree.
Back in the Super Bowl, he's been in the league less time.
Yeah,
Phil,
And that would mean he had to go through Josh Allen. So how
Phil,
could
we
we not
got-
give it to him?
This is what I be talking about.
no, I 100% agree.
When there's a certain people that guard players and they
That's
don't want to
spicy.
move their position because they like them so much. But
I can see it though.
at the end
Just
of the
like
day,
if Josh Allen gets there,
Come on.
guess what? He's behind Patrick Mahomes. He's
2 Super Bowls in 3 years.
Two, how about 2 and 2? He won last year, Burrow.
Back to back.
yeah, back to back.
And last year, he had to beat Mahomes to get to the Super Bowl in Arrowhead.
we in for a nice treat in the playoffs. I can't wait.
It's gonna be spicy.
Nothing will beat last year's
That's why
playoffs.
this
Nothing's
year-
gonna beat last year's playoffs. Well, every
don't
single
know.
game
Oh, yeah.
was decided by one possession.
The writers is going crazy.
But this
He
week,
said typewriter. Just
this week is huge because if Buffalo does not beat Cincinnati, like I said, their road to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, we talked about Burrow being being better than Mahomes, and he's in his head. He's got to him. He's like,
All right, let's take a look at the AFC right now. Playoff picture. We got the Bills at 1. Chiefs at 2.
fuck our faces.
I did it last time, but you weren't here.
Yeah, we don't care about our
You
faces.
feel me?
I'll be doing you a favor,
3
Neil.
is the Bengals, 4 is the Jags.
Thank God we don't got to
5
see
is
Phil
the
anymore.
Ravens, 6 is the Chargers, 7 is the Dolphins, and then in the hunt we got the Patriots,
Yay.
Jets, Steelers, and Titans. And Titans probably won't be there. They're gonna fall off the face
The
of the
Jets won't be there either now.
Yeah,
Jets are done.
Unfortunately.
Oh, Mike White's coming back.
Yeah. So hey.
Possibility. Do we see the Dolphins losing out though in this playoff picture?
I don't know.
You know why I'm still hesitant to say that because Teddy Bridgewater's not bad.
He doesn't make mistakes.
Yeah, you still got the speed demons. So
And I
Yeah,
was
Dylan, we
watching-
talked about that. We talked about Lane and Maddox not being ready for playoffs.
what's good, Dan? What's good, man? Hope you've been good.
I was watching something yesterday on Fox Sports. I forgot which show it was, but they were mentioning about the
What the fuck?
what team were we just talking about?
Bills? Eagles?
No, the Dolphins with
Dolphins?
Teddy Bridgewater saying that if you look at it, he only had 1 game to truly prepare as a starter, and he got hurt in the first quarter of that game.
Yeah, that was.
He's played in 3 games this year.
Was that
One
when Tua after the Bills game?
Yeah. So that first game he came in when they played on Thursday night. Tua got hurt during the game, and Bridgewater came in. Then Bridgewater was supposed to be the starter the next week. It was the first week of practice he got with the starters, and Bridgewater got hurt early in the game. Mm-hmm. So then the next week, Skylar Thompson was a starter, and Bridgewater cleared concussion protocol the day before the game, was the emergency backup. Skylar Thompson got hurt, and Bridgewater came in that game and threw for 300 yards and 2 picks.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe Bridgewater has a full week to prepare.
I completely missed Dylan, of course. NFC put the Eagles in there. Yeah, we haven't really talked about the Eagles. We'll talk. We'll after
we'll get to the NFC.
Yeah, we'll get to the NFC. Don't worry. Dan said the fact that Patty is going to be the oldest son in the playoffs as well.
I'll say, or we can finish 8-8, Dan.
Yeah, Burrow is 3-0 against Mahomes, which is crazy.
Oh, no, never mind.
Dylan, Lane and Maddox.
8-1, yeah.
8-1, yeah.
But a tie happening at this point is
We'll see what happens.
Wait, who's the Steelers playing the last game of the season?
They got the Ravens, and then they got the Browns, because they only played the Browns once.
Yeah, I think it's the Browns.
They played Cincy twice. Yeah.
NFC here, we got the Eagles, 2 Vikings, 3 49ers, 4 Bucks, 5 Cowboys, 6 Giants, 7 Commanders, and in the hunt we got Seahawks, Lions, Packers, and Panthers right now. And Jalen Hurts is he's got his nice little cameo there.
Guess what?
With the shoulder intact.
What's up?
Niners are going to be the 2 seed in the NFC.
Why you say that?
Because they're going to win out, and Minnesota's going to lose to Green Bay.
Okay.
So they'll have the same record, and San Fran will have a better conference record. So they'll be the 2 seed. And that means that San Fran plays that 7 seed, whoever that's going to be. In Minnesota, I mean, if everything looks like it's going to be today, Minnesota gets the Giants. Minnesota might lose in the first round of the playoffs.
He said, I say all of that.
I said all that to say Minnesota might lose the first round.
Poor way.
Because I vividly remember 3 weeks ago on this podcast when your boy was on, and I told everybody.
We talked about it.
Be shocked if the Giants win this game.
Yeah, we talked about that. For sure.
Listen, interesting stat.
Possibility.
Assist to the stat man here. You feel me? The Vikings, if the game is close, they undefeated this season in close games.
You took my
11-0.
You took my stat. Thank you.
Hey, don't
we just said we were going to start talking about the NFC, and Lawrence takes my stat.
So the Giants
That's okay.
Gotcha.
Hey, listen, man. I shouted you out though. You feel me?
That's
Go
cool.
ahead.
No, that's true. That's a really good stat. I think close games, having that type of number in close games, but granted, the games that were close were against teams they shouldn't have been close against. So that's kind of where that number, that's a little bit of an outlier, but having that number definitely means your team knows how to play in close games. So I think that's a good number to have, but I still think Kirk Cousins is not good.
You like that?
So those 1 possession games that are wins.
My man had his hand up like he's in class.
Detroit Lions, New Orleans Saints, Chicago Bears, Miami Dolphins. I don't even think Tua played that game. I could be wrong. Arizona, Commanders, Buffalo. That's a good one. I'll give them that. New England, the Jets, Indianapolis, and the Giants.
So only three with a questionable. You can say the Giants.
The Giants.
I would say 4.
When they played the Giants, the Giants were good. I don't know what happened to them after that. The Lions are a possible playoff team. The Jets were a possible playoff team before the whole Zach Wilson debacle. So I'd say there's probably 4 teams in that.
He said, "I'm on the hill and I'm not on it."
Can I tell you 4 games that weren't decided by 1 possession?
Yeah, go ahead.
Week 1 against Green Bay, when everyone knew Green Bay was going to need to get their wheels under them, they beat them 23-7.
Damn.
And then week 2, they lost to the Eagles 24-7. And then later,
remember that Cowboys game?
A week after Thanksgiving, they lost 40-3 to the Cowboys. And then they lost 34-23 to the Lions. So you're 11-0 in close games against mediocre teams. And you're 1-3 in not close games against good teams. Okay, you're right, but you are a Super Bowl contender, 100%.
Definitely not. Definitely not. And I honestly, to be honest with you, I don't think anybody's beating the Niners in the NFC.
No, the Niners are coming out of the NFC. Yeah, it's very simple.
Bro, listen, what's the name is chilling right now. Debo is just sitting there in the chamber, getting ready to do all-purpose things. When they get ready, it's gonna be scary.
I talked about it before. The only question mark I have on the team right now is the quarterback because you got a fucking rookie in there. That's the only question I have.
Yeah. And he's doing. Yeah, that's true too.
Because he's putting up the same numbers that Jimmy G is, so it's not like he's worse than him.
No.
But you're going to be too big for him.
Right, but at least with Jimmy G, you've had a guy that has been to every big game.
He looks like he's smart. He's throwing the ball where he has.
Oh
to.
yeah, definitely has a good. I mean, I 100% say his arm talent's better than Jimmy G.
He's looking like an athlete out there.
Yeah.
So, but I just don't think like let's say for example who in the NFC.
I want Niners.
Like let's say the Niners let's say the Niners get into a dogfight with the Bucks, right? I'm picking the Bucks over that Niners team.
Although 2 weeks ago we saw the Bucks beat them, or we saw the Niners beat them 35-0.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know. I was just using that as an example, but
right, because in the postseason time is not the same as.
It's different, right? He's different.
Good to see film, all that stuff. Not as many plays. You got to execute. Stupid. But Dylan, we'll get to the Eagles right now, man. Listen, I told you week 1, told you week 2, y'all was 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. Yo, we on fire. We here. Now, football is football at the end of the day. And what happens in football? Injuries. And now you got injuries in places that you do not need them. You got a position where it protects the quarterback. Then you have the quarterback hurt, and then now you have DBs that are dropping like flies for y'all.
Can't have that.
It's a bad recipe. This is what I was trying to tell you from the get-go.
Can't have.
It's an impressive season, but you gotta stay healthy. Especially in at this time frame.
Getting to the Super Bowl, I would say, relies more on you staying healthy throughout the playoffs and like getting hot at the right time than anything else, right? You could go like we've seen it, like 16-0, right? You could do that, but then you get to the fucking Super Bowl and you lose because it's just about playing the team that's hot and clicking and all cylinders firing at the same time, going at the same time. And the Eagles right now, they just lost that. That was a big loss. Like, it's a division loss. It's a huge loss, losing the Cowboys like that for morale and confidence and everything, right? Granted, what I said earlier is the Cowboys almost lost the game, and they stink against Gardner Minshew. But now you've got your MVP candidate has a throwing arm injury. You lost one of your best linemen. You're losing D-backs. Like, CeeDee Lamb just went off for like 140 on you with 2 TDs. Like, I don't know. It's just not a good. It's not a good formula for getting to the Super Bowl.
And don't lose your last 2 and
not get a first round bye.
Yeah, don't lose your last 2.
Yeah. Because here's what's gonna happen: if you lose your last 2, and don't get a first round bye, and Dallas wins that division and gets over you, you're done. First round exit, one and done. And then Dylan will never hear the end. You'll never hear the end of it.
First round again.
Yeah, and then listen,
Tommy,
and Chauncey's out too. He's supposed to be coming back this week, but listen, we're gonna see. Injuries happen. That's what I was trying to tell you.
Plenty of football left to be
through
played
the season. Like, it's really about obviously the talent of your team, but at the same time, you gotta get really, really lucky on injuries.
Really, really lucky with the injury. I mean, last year, for example, with the Rams. Going into the Super Bowl, we had some big injuries, right? Like Higbee didn't play. We lost all 3 of our tight ends, but granted, that was a tight end position. And then in the Super Bowl, when we lost Odell, I literally got down on my knees and started crying because I knew the game was over. We lost. Like, if you cannot overcome an injury like that at that point, but we did somehow. So you just got to get lucky, man. It's really, really lucky. And for you to get Hurts injured right now, that's the worst.
Kenny got bars today.
No, I don't want to interrupt him, but I want to go. So I was letting him finish. Go ahead.
Oh, all right.
I'm done.
Pass the talking stick to me.
I just wanted to go, Dylan. If you guys beat New Orleans, you'll probably clinch the 1 seed. You do not rest your starters week 18 if you have a bye. You do not want your guys having 2 weeks off.
Terrible idea. Terrible idea.
Only way you're resting players week 18 is if you know you're in and you don't have a bye. At least that's how I look at it. If you have a bye, why do you want to give your team 2 weeks off?
We did that. The Rams did that with Todd Gurley. The first year we made the playoffs, won the division, and we played the Falcons in the first round in the Coliseum and lost to the Falcons. And that was the year, of course, the Falcons went to the Super Bowl.
Nope, it was not. That was
the year before?
After. It was the year after.
The year after? The year before they went to the Super Bowl, right?
Correct.
Okay, yeah, and then Sammy Watkins dropped our game-winning touchdown pass.
Praying over here.
But yeah, that's what like your team gets in a mind fog, right? Like you sit these players, they get they lose their edge for a minute, and you don't want to do that.
It's definitely time. Listen, it's definitely time to not to go really panic and going to DEFCON, but you gotta be
right.
Listen, this isn't a time to panic going to DEFCON, but you should start to get the candles ready to light the vigils.
Yeah. You might have to look up some sacrifices.
Trust me, I did it. It sucks the year after, but that glory, baby. Wait, didn't they just won the Super Bowl and they beat Tom Brady like 5 years ago?
Yeah, the year that 18. You're talking about with when the Rams benched Todd Gurley, that's the year the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so fuck off, Dylan.
Eagles' downfall will be at running back.
I disagree.
I don't think Miles Sanders is a good running back. He fucked up one time, but
it's gonna sound dumb to say because he's having a good year, but their downfall will be, if it happens, will be with Jalen Hurts because of that injury. He's not gonna be able to be the same player he was, I don't think.
I would agree. Or the downfall is gonna come from the offensive line.
Yes.
Which
will then
directly lead to
Is this similar to Cam Newton's injury?
No. I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
I think if it were, they wouldn't be talking about him coming back. Because there's talks about him possibly even playing this week. I don't think they will play him, but I think they could if they needed to. Like if they're fighting for a playoff spot, we probably would see Jalen Hurts this week.
Of course, I have Jalen Hurts in my other fantasy league. I have him all. I have him all year. I make the playoffs, get the 1 seed, get the first round bye. Don't have him last week. I had Joe Burrow, thank God. But now I got Joe Burrow this week too because I don't think Hurts is going to play. So I got Burrow against the Patriots and I got Burrow against the fucking Bills.
It's all right. Joe Shiesty about to go nut.
I hope so.
Shootout.
They're going to put on a clinic.
I don't know. I'm worried.
Max yards, both of them.
I'm worried. I would like to see. I would like to see Jamar Chase just.
I got Josh
torch
Allen starting for me in my championship this week, so we're going for a shootout this week, Neil.
I hope so. Let's do it, baby.
Jamar's a dog, man. Jamar's a dog.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, overall, just the season's kind of coming up to a little bit of a wrap up. Overall, I didn't watch it. I watched like 5 weeks of football this year. So
yeah, I wonder why. We know. We know. You don't have to tell us. Who you trying to convince?
I got a question for you fellas.
Yeah, what's up?
I thought you was brought about Jamar Chase. We think about wide receivers. I've been hearing a lot of questions, a lot of talk about this good old MVP race.
Oh, man.
And I'm hearing people say,
Jay Jettis.
And I already know Neil is going to get on his soapbox, and I'm going to probably agree with them. A lot of people saying, we really should start considering other positions, and maybe Justin Jefferson should get some votes this year.
Justin Jefferson should 100% get votes this year. 100%. Just like Cooper Kupp last year, and just like Todd Gurley 5 years ago.
And here's where I thought that Neil was going to get on his soapbox and start screaming, I can't believe this because no one was harping for Cooper Kupp last year, and now we want to harp for Justin Jefferson.
And Cooper Kupp last year, and listen,
a better year.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If Justin Jefferson gets a single MVP vote this year, I'm going to fly somewhere and do something. I'm gonna write a letter to somebody. I'm gonna find whoever made that vote and do something crazy. Because Cooper Kupp literally had the single best season ever by a wide receiver, and he didn't get a single vote.
And that's where my problem comes in. Because yes, do I think Jefferson deserves votes? 150%.
But if you didn't vote for
Cooper Kupp, how could you turn around and vote for Justin Jefferson?
Jettas is that team.
Neil, go
Cooper Kupp was that team last year.
Yeah, did you know he led the NFL in every major category. We've never seen anything like it. Ever.
He literally Lawrence, him and Stafford literally said, okay, guys, let's go win the Super Bowl.
I'm aware.
So
up in our book bag.
Yeah.
I had him. I reaped the benefits.
This is not me saying that Jefferson doesn't deserve votes. It's I don't know how you could have not voted for Kupp last year and then turn around this year and say, oh, but this Jefferson. Although maybe.
It's going to go to a quarterback.
Nah, it's going to go. So it's going to go to a quarterback anyways. But I agree with what Kenny's saying. but I think it's time we get a separate award. There's no reason why the MVP should automatically go to a fucking quarterback every time. So there should be a oh wow, this dude just said it too. Yeah. Like there should be a Cy Young award,
a Tom Brady award.
There should be a Cy Young award.
I like that. That's a great choice.
When Brady retires,
he's not your quarterback anymore, Phil.
I don't give a damn. That's still my quarterback.
You can do.
Hey, listen to the Doug, man. We got you a bunch of chips.
Call it like the Warren Moon Award or something like that, or the Bradshaw Award, or
give it to, someone that's like was unreal,
like the Dan Marino Award,
the Michael Vick Award.
Yeah, something like never Michael Vick, but yeah, like PR. Like there has to be.
That's what's the name of the Offensive Player of the Year award.
I mean, Brady will probably retire with the most MVPs ever, so you could just name it the Tom Brady.
I mean, that's what the NBA did technically.
Yeah, I was about to say
the NBA, past players.
NBA. Yeah, the awards are ugly though, but I like
hideous.
How they renamed it. It was like
the Michael Jordan Award.
I don't know.
And the MVP, let me tell you something, Dylan. I'm glad you said
John Madden
it'll go to Mahomes since Hurt missed a week. Even if Hurts didn't miss a week, that award should have went to Patrick Mahomes. Do you know that Patrick Mahomes has more passing touchdowns and passing yards than Jalen Hurts has yards, passing, and rushing combined, and touchdowns, passing, rushing combined?
But what about
the
interceptions?
No. Do we understand that?
I mean, but Mahomes is
like
crazy.
are we just?
They don't get that.
Like we're just at the point where we're saying, oh well, we know he's good, so let's just not vote for him and let's vote for the next best guy.
So is Mahomes the front runner?
So I kind of talked about this I kind of talked about this last week, Kenny. You weren't here, but it's like the Aaron Donald, or 2 weeks ago. Sorry, it's like that Aaron Donald thing where it's also like Mahomes won it when he had 60 touchdowns and 7,000 yards, right? Like you compare against yourself, and it's just really hard to get a vote for it. Yeah. So you kind of outdo yourself.
What do you have? 5K and 50 touchdowns?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that year where he just went nut and crazy. So I agree with you, but I also think I agree with you. But I just look at the way that these voters are going to think. They're going to say, whoa, where'd Cincinnati come from? Oh, wow, Joe Burrow actually has really good numbers. Maybe we'll give it to Joe Burrow this year because Patty did this 5 years ago or whatever. You know what I mean? Or Patty's year last year was better than this year. But I also would give it to Patrick Mahomes. One main reason is everybody's like, what's Patrick Mahomes going to do without Tyreek Hill this year? Oh, Patrick Mahomes is going to take a huge okay, no.
Have you not watched
my man is,
years?
I was gonna say, and my man is running a little bit more too.
Kind of has to. His offensive line is not the best, and they have no running game. So,
and Neil, I'm on board with you, except for the fact that like I've watched Aaron Rodgers when he's had mediocre years for his standards, just because they're like, well, we got no one else to give it to, so Rodgers is the most talented quarterback, so just give it to him.
Like last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like literally last year.
Well,
Cooper Kupp's year last year was better than Rodgers' year last year, and Cooper Kupp didn't get a vote. So just because it's crazy to me. But
so like if we're really talking about, maybe Jefferson gets a vote based on the precedent that you set, it has to be Mahomes' award this year.
Yeah, 100%.
What about Josh Allen?
Fuck no.
I don't think I could. There's no need for me to divulge. Just no.
Fuck no. Especially because of the expectations that were set on him before the season and that team. And you come out and granted they had a good year, but Josh Allen's numbers were not what they were supposed to be. If you ask me,
what does he got?
Having him as a fantasy player, I would agree with that. And it's not that he's not good, but he got bit by the turnover bug more than we'd like to see. Remember, we were saying, Derek Carr, 14 interceptions.
He's got 13 picks.
You know, he has 13 picks.
Yeah.
How much does Mahomes have?
I'm looking it up right now. Hold
on.
11.
He's got 11. He's got 37 touchdowns and 11 interceptions with 4,700 yards.
And Josh Allen has 4,000 yards, 32 touchdowns, and 13 picks.
How many rushing yards?
Yeah, I didn't. Hold on. Hold on. I thought Hurts' yards is way up more.
That's what I'm saying. Like everyone.
No, they're not that good.
No, that's the point. Like you can add his rushing and his passing together, all those stats.
Yeah.
He doesn't sniff Mahomes.
Yeah, he's not even top.
And I'm supposed to believe. I'm just going to give it to him.
He would have been top 10 if he played, but
also just not to
missed one game.
Not to change the subject or anything, but like, what's going on? Is Odell Beckham not going to play this year?
Probably not.
I meant to.
No.
Did any of you guys watch that Thursday night game when the Rams were on Amazon? they did the shop was they did a shop.
I didn't watch the shop, but I watched the game.
I saw a snippet.
I watched the shop one. I watched the whole thing, and they kept talking to him, trying to get him to say somewhere. And what I didn't like, and I'm thinking that maybe I'm looking too far into it, but I think front offices might have agreed because no one signed him yet. He said right there on the shop, "Why am I coming and playing in the regular season? There's really no point in me playing to the playoffs anyways. Like I'm not signing someone to come and play right now, regardless." What?
That's
like,
crazy.
Unless I'm missing something, like, we need to get you in shape. We need to make sure you're in football shape. So I think he was going to all his teams and saying, I'll play, but I'm not suiting up until the playoffs. And I don't think that many of these teams like that, as we saw Dallas sign T.Y.
I mean,
Hilton.
listen, you're not getting chemistry. You're not getting chemistry or learning a playbook in a week. I'm sorry. Or 2 weeks if you get a first-round bye. I mean, we saw it took him a minute for Stafford and Odell to click in. Odell had a couple weeks to go with him. So
why not get T.O. instead of Odell?
Yeah, they're talking about T.O.
Yeah, we talked about it in the group chat today. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's
free agent, 49-year-old wide receiver. It's crazy.
It's not the Cowboys talking to T.O. about a comeback.
It's T.O.'s agent
calling Jerry Jones asking for a tryout. Those are two very different things.
Yeah.
I thought he's not retired yet. The headline said free agent wide receiver.
Well, technically he is a free agent. But he also is already in the Hall of Fame, so.
Side note, Justin Fields is rushed for 1,000 yards.
Yes, we know.
Yeah, but how many passing yards does he have?
4.
He hasn't. He's broke 200 passing yards in 2 games this year, I think.
He has 2,100. 16 TDs, 10 interceptions.
Wow. He's got almost as many rushing yards as he has passing yards.
He has 24 touchdowns total, 8 rushing and then 16 passing.
Wow.
When you look at it, I mean, everyone else looks at Jalen Hurts' totality and says that that's a great year, right? So we got to do the same for this guy, or we don't get to do that. We only get to do it.
Hurts is rushed for 747.
How many has he passed for?
13 rushing touchdowns.
How many has he passed for?
3,400.
So he's at
3,100, 3,400.
He's like 700 behind Allen. He's 700 behind Allen.
So he's at 4,200 and Fields is at 3,100, so he's still got.
And he has 35 touchdowns total.
Fields missed what, 2 weeks or 1 week, and Hurts missed 1. So
I think Fields missed 2.
Okay, and then Hurts only missed 1, so he's about on pace. About
probably, if he plays both games,
600-ish. If he plays both of them, if he missed 1, he's about 600-700-ish yards behind him.
Yeah, Justin for third QB and he has. Well, he's in the offense to protect him and be safe with the ball. He's smart too.
He also throws the ball less than those guys.
Yeah, he's not smart. He's not a risky quarterback.
I surely hope that he only has 5 interceptions compared to Josh Allen's 13 when he's not throwing nearly as much as Josh Allen. He's
thrown 425.
If he threw as much,
he's thrown 425, and Josh Allen has thrown 536.
536.
So I surely hope that he has.
Tom Brady has the most, 671.
Tom Brady slings it 50 times a game.
And how many interceptions does Brady have?
9.
Okay, there's your comparison to 9, and he throws the ball 636 times. Okay.
So what would that be? Every 70? What? Every 7? No, I gotta do that math. Is that every 70 passes is a pick? Average?
I don't know. You gotta do the math. I can't do it.
That's way too much work.
Well, let's check.
I think it's like 70. So every 70 passes is like an interception.
What was the
number?
You
just gotta divide the 6 whatever by 9.
What was the number?
679.
679.
671
divided by 9.
Yeah, divided by 9. So
every 74, 75 passes.
Yeah.
74.5 to be exact, but I'll say 75.
I also think talking about the Bills, just the Bills' chances of getting to the Super Bowl, I think losing Von Miller is going to hurt them come playoff time, big time. I think losing that presence, that mindset, and that obviously that skill coming off the edge. Mm-hmm. Like if it's coming down to the nitty gritty and you got to go get a sack to finish the game off, Von Miller's your guy for that. That's what you signed him for. Right. So I think losing him is gonna come in. Like if you look at that injury and then you see a game where like let's say it's AFC Championship and you're going against Mahomes and he needs a field goal to win the game, and it's third and 4 and they're passing. let's say Von Miller's there, he gets that sack game. You go to overtime and you win the game, whatever. Now, you don't know.
Yeah, hold on. Bro, I'm looking at these numbers.
It's really not close.
Yeah, it's the next closest is Burrow, as far as his numbers goes, and then Josh Allen is there, but he doesn't have he's down on yardage
and up on interceptions.
Yeah, he's got he's 13, and then Burrow's got 12, and then Mahomes has 11.
Yeah, they're
pretty cool. I didn't realize Mahomes had 12. Oh yeah, Mahomes does have 12.
11
or 11. Yeah, yep.
All right, man. Let's get to the pick'ems, man.
Pick'ems.
I don't got my sheet open, so Phil, you got it.
All right, man.
Let's see. Hold on.
We'll give you some time. We get that open.
Okay, all good.
All right, man. Cowboys, Titans. I'll start it off. Cowboys. This is an easy one.
Dallas, landslide.
Anybody picking the Titans in this?
Nope.
Fuck no, baby.
Next. What is this, a Thursday night?
Yep.
Oh no.
No Derrick Henry.
Tony Pollard won TD.
Tony Pollard's injured.
Oh.
He's injured?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
LaPaine.
Oh.
I'm not sure he's out.
I don't know if he's out yet, but he's injured currently.
All right. Steelers versus the Ravens. Divisional game here.
Lamar's still questionable?
Yep, he wasn't seen at practice, which is usually not a good sign if you're not practicing.
Malik Willis, anytime touchdown.
Especially on the Dylan,
I'm gonna go.
You gotta let Malik Willis go.
I'm gonna go with the Steelers here. I think old boy finds a way to get them either to a winning season or a playoff game.
There, yeah.
They're right at it. So
they're so close.
If they can find I like the Steelers to win this.
Yeah.
You get Pickens the ball.
Pickens.
Crazy stuff happens with that Steelers team towards the end of the year. We've seen it happen before.
I'm gonna go Pitt as well.
Malik Willis is trash, bro.
He could be good. He needs about 4 years. I'm not even being funny.
He also needs an offensive coach that's not Mike Vrabel.
Right. Kenny, who you got? Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
So everyone's saying Pittsburgh?
Yep.
Then we got the Bills versus the Bengals. This is gonna be nice. What is this, Sunday? Is this Monday night? Sunday night?
Sunday night.
Sunday night?
Right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've been saying it for the past hour and a half now, so I'm not gonna change now. Cincinnati.
Monday night.
Oh, that's the Monday night game. Okay.
Yep.
Oh yes, that's right. Because I said my fantasy championship is gonna come down to me sweating Monday night.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm going Bengals.
Yeah. I've been going with.
I think it's just going to come down to I don't know. I think the Bengals just need it. It's in Buffalo.
No, it's in Cincinnati too.
Oof.
Cincy, man. Listen, I'm going Cincy, man.
I'm going who they.
It's gonna be the fake hamstring injury about 2 times in the end zone to a gritty. Oh. Jamar might get 2 in that game, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, I don't know. This is gonna be a good game. I think this game. Oh man, this is gonna be. I think it's gonna be a shootout.
I'm tuned in. This is probably the best Monday night game that they've scheduled all season.
I'm going Bengals as well. So everyone's Cincy?
Yeah.
Wow, clean sweep for the Bengals.
Cincy.
And the Steelers and Cowboys. We're all agreeing this week.
Wow, that's not good.
It's almost gonna.
Then
we'll go 0-4.
Last game we got Vikings versus the Packers.
Again, I've been saying it for the past hour and a half.
I'm going Green Bay.
You going Green Bay?
Going Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is gonna get these boys in the playoffs.
This is in Green Bay. I'm gonna go Vikings.
Well, damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Vikings.
I thought we were going off the ones you said in the chat. Well, tragic.
Isn't that the one? Yeah. Isn't that what you put in this?
I changed it. I'll change it up. Yeah, you can switch it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Vikings. I think this is the game that knocks the Packers out the playoffs, just because personal reasons for the Vikings.
2-2 split.
I just think that week 1, had they not played week 1, I think Green Bay would have beat them then too.
Yo, if you guys are tuning in right now, man, make your pick'ems. They're scrolling across the screen here. Cowboys, Titans, Steelers, Ravens, Bills, Bengals, Vikings, Packers. Put it in the chat, man.
Kenny and Neil both got Green Bay, right? And me and Lawrence, Minnesota.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Yeah, listen, this is gonna be a good week of football, man. You got the Jets and Seahawks. They're 7-8.
Geno Bowl.
They might be playing for something crucial game.
Yeah.
You got the Dolphins and the Patriots. Dolphins at 8-7. Patriots at 7-8.
Dre, Cowboys, Steelers, Bills,
Jags not
Packers.
really playing.
Well, don't forget to tune into that Chargers-Rams game.
Oh, yeah.
The battle for rent.
Rent is due.
Yep.
He said, Dre said Cowboys, Steelers, Bills, Packers. Okay. Hey, listen, I think that it might be game of the year. That Monday night.
Which one? Bengals, Bills?
Yeah, it could be.
It could really determine the fate of the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah. He said you in there.
Hey, Dre.
Rent is due.
Rent's due.
Y'all get to play y'all landlords.
The rent is due, Dre. Baker's gonna make you pay rent.
They found that you had fixed the wall that you put a hole in.
No.
They didn't like that.
No cap.
It says security deposit is not coming back.
Hey man, listen, Dre, how you feeling about the Chargers, man? You feel good?
How you gonna feel after this?
They look good though.
How you gonna feel after this L this weekend? How you gonna feel after Jalen Ramsey locks up Keenan Allen for 5 catches for 5 yards? That's gonna happen. Book it.
I don't think that's gonna happen, but
I hope he does because I need a big game out of Mike Williams. So.
I need a fucking lockdown performance because Keenan Allen playing against Keenan Allen is not gonna be fun.
Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Austin Eckler.
Yeah, also questionable knee injury.
Damn.
he's gonna play. He's an Iron Man too.
Yep, he wants people to win the fantasy championships as well. So
He played every game this year.
What other games is notable here? We don't really got nothing. If the Raiders had,
Eagles, Saints.
Yeah, it's gonna
That's
be.
not notable. Well, I mean, I guess technically it is notable because the Saints are still in the division race.
Yeah.
And it's notable because I'm gonna get 1,000 text messages on every first down. So.
No, right, but they should beat you. Like it's one of those. Like if they beat you and they brag about it, it's like.
also y'all bet as well. So
I mean, a lot of fringe teams that could make it. You know, Jaguars. Bucks and Panthers. A lot of teams. I mean, a lot of ugly games, but a lot of interesting games.
Yeah.
Plus, Derek Stidham debuts against the 49ers. That's gonna be a fun game to watch for me personally. But
no, it ain't.
Yep. For me personally, because after the whole Chandler Jones mushing Mac Jones, I want to see the Raiders suffer. So it'll be a fun game for me to watch. So
somebody put a compilation together of Mac Jones being in the league for what, 2 years now, 3 years now.
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 plays. Yeah.
Jags and Steelers.
I mean, for him to have dirty plays as a quarterback, that tells you nothing.
Crazy.
Crazy. Have any. Like, how are you involved in any?
He said swan dive completely at Eli Apple's knees.
That was crazy. I never saw that before. That was really crazy.
I was stopping a fast guy from getting a fast guy, but Eli Apple was on offense. So what are you talking about? And then he finishes it up by saying, "No hard feelings." No hard feelings.
He could have tore his knees.
Why would you have any hard feelings? You did it, stupid.
Mac Jones is that guy. He gives those vibes off.
He does.
He's been giving
Grayson
those vibes.
Grayson Allen vibes.
Grayson
yeah. I was gonna say Grayson Allen vibes.
That's my quarterback. Well, that's why I sent him off to Las Vegas.
College football.
Derek Carr, come over here.
He's Grayson Allen of the NFL.
Right.
Derek
Not
Carr.
gonna lie, Dylan. I like that. Jags Steelers money line. Okay.
Nick Brzee, swing us. Derek Carr will give you Mac Jones.
Lockington.
We'll throw some draft picks.
Hey man, listen.
Nets won again. Nicholas Claxton 17-10 with 6 blocks tonight.
He's Timothy.
He's all right.
He said he's all right. Hold on, I
That's
know you
10.
can't
That's
I
10
know
in a
you
row
can't
for
wait to
Brooklyn.
Talk basketball on here.
10 in a row for Brooklyn.
Oh man. Listen.
Can we just acknowledge Luka quickly though?
Oh yeah, 60, 21, and 10.
Y'all want to use that as your last words?
Whew.
I just think we need to acknowledge that.
I mean, as a sports podcast, you
60,
cannot not talk about a guy that just put up a historic triple double.
Also, who was it against? You asked. None other than the New York Knickerbockers.
Yep.
I know he is tired.
He said that after the game. He said, "I'm real tired.
I need a recovery.
I need a beer." Yeah.
Help.
He said, "Where the hookah?" He said, "Where the hookah at?"
He needs
said,
help
"Pass me the
immediately."
Yeah. And let's also not forget he's 23 years old.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has 50 triple doubles. 50 plus.
And he turns 24 in February. Like he's really, really a baby still. Like born in 1999.
50 triple doubles, and I never bet on him and got one.
For like the next 6 to 10 years, we get to watch Luka, Giannis, Ja. As much as I don't care for him, Zion,
Jokic,
Jason
Tatum.
Oh.
He said Jason Tatum.
But he's not wrong.
The guy who swept y'all last year.
Nah, Tatum is on fire, man. He's turned it up.
Very lucky.
He heard the disrespect.
Yeah, we got to talk basketball at some point. We got to get a podcast for basketball at some point going.
Yeah, we gonna get there.
Split half and half or something.
Yeah, there'll be less games in the NFL coming up soon.
Yeah, but we got NFL playoffs, so it's gonna be hard to talk about basketball in playoffs.
That's a fact, but I'm saying there'll be less games to talk. Like there won't be 32 teams.
When's the playoff start?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah, this is 17. So there's this week, next week, then playoffs.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Also, fantasy football championships coming up. We got Neil Woodman.
So what? The 15th.
So let's see. Neil, you're in the championship in a league.
I'm in 2 league championships. Not only one with you guys though. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying I'm in a championship. Lawrence, did you make any championships this year?
Nah, unfortunately. Yeah.
Just like the Saints.
So I could potentially win 2 championships. I could be double champ. The double champ does what the fuck he wants.
I can too. Yeah.
Kenny, double champ.
We got to bring home the championships for IBTE.
I know. If Woodman beats me,
Yeah, that's a bad look.
That's a bad look.
If Vicente beats me, that's a bad look as well.
Right. Hey, Lawrence. Lawrence, you know what else is a bad look? Not making the championship.
As the 1 seed in a league no one cares about.
I don't care about the fantasy
I'm not
football.
talking about that league. I'm talking about the league. That just goes to show how much better I am than you. I don't even give a fuck about fantasy football. I didn't do shit all year, and guess what? Made the championship.
Okay, you done?
I mean,
let's fight back.
Are you done? Or are you finished? Fight back, Lawrence. Fight back.
Hey, listen, I ain't got nothing to say. You win the chip.
Yeah, I'm surprised I won last week.
You better hold it down. That's all you better do.
I'm surprised I beat the number 1 seed.
Not only am I in the chip, but I had the hardest road to get to the chip.
Oh my god.
The hardest road.
He had to play the Monstars.
I had to play the Monstars.
He did have to play the Monstars.
One of the best fantasy football teams I've ever seen assembled.
Bro, listen,
he had to play a 3-headed wide receiver dragon.
I can't, bro. That's what, bro. How his team performed is how they were until the fourth quarter. Every single person, when I played Nick the week before, was the same way. Jacob 6 points, and then he just erupts for like 23 in the fourth quarter.
Thank you, James Conner and Tom Brady. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, though, I don't know if he's beating me. Either way, I put up 180 points.
Yeah,
that's hard to beat.
Yes.
Wait, did you see? He's living and dying by his tight end strategy. He just picked up the Lions' like backup tight end just to have on his team.
Oh, and Irv Smith. Irv Smith's off IR now.
Yeah, he's had Irv.
And he's had Irv on the IR the whole year.
Yeah, he's a Vikings fan.
I know.
He can only play 3 tight ends like with the way our league is set up, but he's going to find a way to get all 4 in his lineup. He's going to cheat the system.
And if he does that and
wins,
what if he puts What if he puts Irv and Hawkinson in at the same time?
He's going to put one at tight end, one at flex, and one at super flex.
Imagine if he puts Irv and Hawkinson in and they both go off for 20. Imagine if I lose because all of his tight ends go off for 3 touchdowns.
I mean, I'm just hoping I beat Vicente, so you gotta.
Yeah, please beat him. I'm not trying to hear his mouth no more.
Oh, Vicente, if you're listening, stop saying you drafted Jameis Winston with the 2nd pick because we could go back and look at the draft.
Pull it up right now. Look, pull it up right now.
I looked it up yesterday when he said it.
Bro,
he said it about 3 times.
That's exactly why I didn't respond to him.
In the 5th round. He keeps saying,
it's crazy. It's crazy when you got receipts.
I can't look it up.
People be lying.
It's crazy when you can get receipts.
People just say anything. Got to fact check. But listen, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. Gonna let these fellas get last words. They wanted to give Luka some praise. So
Luka.
What's your last words, man? For the world.
For me, most of our football seasons are done, but NBA season is here, so something we all can look forward to. I'm going to say, hey, the guys are back after a little hiatus, but good to have these guys back to end the year and to start off the new year, 2023. Let's have a good 2023. Jordan and LeBron year.
All right.
Mostly LeBron, but fuck Jordan.
What you got, Kenny?
Just everyone say your prayers. It's a fantasy championship weekend. May all your players stay healthy. May they all perform, and may your opponent's players forget how to play the sport.
Or not set the lineup.
Yeah, that's all. Hold on. Hold on. Dylan, thank you for bringing that up. You just were talking all that shit, Neil, and you asked for a split.
And wait, what was the split? Was it 50-50?
Scared.
60-40.
No, you should have. No, I told Woodman.
It was 70-30 as well.
You guys should be 100 or nothing as soon as he asked you that.
I was obviously joking.
Wait, who asked for a 60-40 split, though?
I did.
He did.
I literally said it in the chat.
Well, he's under the influence.
I know that.
I was also fucking hammered.
Yep.
I did not mean it.
You were hammered the last 3 days.
I was at Delmonico's. Yeah, I was. You're right.
This guy's on a tour right now.
I need a liver. I need a new liver.
He's just going crazy.
He said.
And
what's your last words?
It's
bro?
only gonna get worse.
What you got for your last words?
I don't really got much to say except the fact that the Boston Celtics are not gonna win the East this year.
I listen.
They're just not. They're not gonna win the East this year, and they're not gonna go to the finals this year.
I've been watching a lot of basketball.
Like, I don't understand. Like, the Nets are really the Nets have won 12 of their last 13 games,
and they won't implode again like every year.
They will not implode. Kyrie is done with COVID, and KD is actually looking to win the MVP this year.
And Kyrie.
And Ben Simmons at some point will go to a sports psychologist and figure out how to play basketball again, and then the Nets are going to win the championship.
My man got the fast food
for the fourth straight year in a row.
Don't let the Nets get into don't let the Nets get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Don't let it.
Kyrie.
He got the fast food ones on right now.
Yo, how long
the non-slip joints?
Yeah, was it 3 to 4 straight years we were promised the Nets championship? It's bound to
last. Okay,
promised the Celtics championship.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
That's the last one. So stop. You're just as bad.
And also, if you look at the last 4 years when the Nets were actually supposed to go to the championship, look what happened to them every single year, and then tell me why they didn't go.
James Harden.
You can do some side research.
Oh, I know. But hey, we have a finals trip. You guys don't. We lost that championship.
Listen, my final words is
we don't care.
More consistency, man. Listen, I'm not worried about you. You got.
I'm here to tell you right now.
You got some internal things.
We don't care.
Figure it out. But
we don't care.
Last few days in 2022, everybody finished them strong. Set goals for yourself for 23. It's gonna be a good one. I think we got a lot of everybody on here too watching. I got some good things coming to you. Except for Neil.
Fuck you.
You feel me? But we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like this video, like the channel, sub to the channel, comment on this video. IBTE
Check out our
Sports
socials
podcast. Oh yeah, the socials. I just posted on the socials the AFC NFC playoff picture too.
At IBTE Sports, Twitter, IG, and Facebook.
All on there. Any last words now?
Also, come to Reddit. That's it.
Oh, man. Get that piece of shit on the screen.
Can we censor that?
Hey, guess what, Lawrence? If the Rams win more games than the Saints this year, you're a piece of shit.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, brother.
5 different starting quarterbacks. Yeah. Show it, Kenny. Show it. No, get that. You want to talk about a piece of shit.
I mean, the Patriots have more wins than everyone in the...
Well, these hats are nice. These are the sideline ones for this year. It's nice.
I'll never put that shit on my head.
Man.
Do we smell a side bet, Neil? No?
Oh, wait. Whoa. One more thing.
Oh. I'm so ready to click the outro.
Well, it's not bad.
Yeah, I'm ready.